Beautiful Wednesday, very sunny out there morning. Although I haven't been outside. Leanne just came, she's here in the room with me. She said it's really, really good. She said it was 5 degrees this morning. Is that right, Leanne? Did you say it was 5 degrees, wasn't it? So we're gonna be staying inside and nice and cozy and warm. We are going through and let me show this the door, we tidying up and going through bits and pieces, sorting out samples and doing all sorts of things today. So how are we doing? Let me know how's the weather where you are. We're gonna be doing some Christmas wreaths and we have got some new colorways. Last year we only did green and red, so this year we have got all the other colors as well. I'm going to turn you down and show them. They are beautiful, they're really easy to make as well. Probably one of them takes mainly about 20 minutes to make, so relatively quick makes as well if you want to make them. And with the packs you have on the website, you're going to be making absolutely like loads of them. If from each pack you're going to make loads. You're going to be like 15-20 wreaths at least. Right, okay. So I'm quickly going to come and say hello to you all, and then we're going to pop over to the website, and then we're going to start the make. Good morning, Angela, Edward, Ollie Molly, Camille, Lucy, good morning, Kitti, Charlotte, Lisa, saying good morning, Kitti, and all of you lovely beaders from a chilly, sunny Plymouth. Oh, maybe it's like sunny all over the UK. Let me know if it's sunny where you are. Morning, Celia, Annie, saying every bite but cold in Cheshire. So it looks like might be sunny all through the UK. But we got how's the weather, Charlotte, where you are? Because you watching from, I know you're watching from Hawaii, and we got other people watching from all over the world really. Good morning, Camille. Wendy, it says a cold and sunny Felixstowe. Angela saying the weather looks okay. Michelle, good morning. Alison. Alison is saying, morning, can actually join you today. Oh, well, welcome, Alison. I know Alison has been working sort of all sorts of days and hours, and I don't know when was the last time you were able to watch us live, but today you are. So very, very welcome to our little stream. Good morning, Misha. Sunny in Cambridgeshire. Shona, Sunny saying Shani here. Sunny. I already talk, and it's like only like what 3 minutes in the live. Let me take a sip of my coffee. So good morning, Lorna. Good morning, Gwen. Good morning, Angela. Angela said North Scotland. She said it's sunny, but she hasn't been outside either. Sunny but a bit freezing here. Lucy's saying, they've been saying, I'm making progress with my African ceiling. Woo! Send us a picture, Debbie. I did really love that. So last week in BeadClub, do check it out, beadclub.co.uk. We were doing an African helix and stitch with like little tassels at the end. It's like a long lariat necklace. I really loved it. It's one of those stitches, I think, what grows on you. The more you do it, the more you kind of like want to do it. It's a very beautiful stitch. Sean is saying sunny in Kent. Morning, Judith. I say sunny Livingston. I'm not sure if I'm going to say your name right. I'm going to apologize in advance. Minji, please do let me know how to say your name, because I'm so bad. Like I'm not Minji from Netherlands. Very welcome to our stream, and very good morning to you. Good morning, Celia. Said sunny, cold in Bolton. Christine, Susan, very frosty, says she this morning. Camille is saying sunny in Wiltshire. Good morning, Di, Jane, Mina, Leandro. So many of you lovers are here. Karen, love your cup. Yeah, this is the cup I bought, and actually I got a chip on it, unfortunately, but I'm keep using it. But we went to the Christmas market in Hungary with not last year, the year before, and I got one of them, and I'm really like I really need to buy a few more, but so I have to if the Christmas market is on this year, I might just have to go back to just to get a few more cups. It's actually a local artist near my village in Hungary, and she's making She's making like all sorts of different beautiful like stuff from ceramics. She's really, really clever. Right. Good morning, Karen. Back to beading. It says sunny today, here today in Manchester. Janice is a clear blue skies in Swansea. Elaine, good morning. Carol. Frances, Mary, Margaret, Linny, Christina. Well, good morning, ladies from Belgium. Well, good morning for you. Linny's watching us from the USA. Maine, USA. I hope I said that one right, Linny. I'm loving your story. It's amazing. Margaret saying, "Oh, I love it too. Like I can organize the beads. Like I this tidying up today because I still got bits and pieces out. But that's what we're doing with Leanne today. We're having a good old tidy up. But I love it too with all the different colors. Some of my lights are not working, so the camera might be bouncing a bit, but we will be good. Right. Okay. So I'm very quickly gonna open up the website to you, and I'm gonna show you what we have got to today. So I'm just gonna go and share my screen. So we're gonna make the beautiful Christmas wreaths, and like we asked Alexa this morning, was it like it was 52 days until Christmas? Come on, ladies, 52 days, only 52 days until Christmas now. So like we're gonna have to really start our Christmas makes and start just make every single year. I love Christmas, and I'm not just because of the food, the presents and everything else, but because all the different things we can make. Right. Okay. So when you land on the website, there's this big button here. So you can go on video tutorials here, or you can go into categories, then you go into video tutorials there. Hundreds of tutorials going back. We're going to be doing quite a few Christmassy one this month. Me and Natalie both just doing loads of different bits of pieces. And today we're going to be doing the beaded wreath. Now, last year what we had just a green and gold. We had a big kit, and the green and gold are more expensive because they have to color them in a special way. Then we have silver, we have gold, we got copper, and we got black, gunmetal black. Now I'm going to show you the samples. They all look really, really gorgeous, but you're going to have 30% off of your kit if you add 2 in the basket. So what you need to do is is it either 2, 4, 6? So you have to be a multiples of 2, because that's how the offer works. It only works on. Don't ask me. I'm not. I'm not really good about websites and understanding how the websites work. I understand how the beads work, and that's what I need to concentrate on. But it has to be, to get the discount, it has to be multiples of 2. So the black, the gunmetal black, the copper, the gold, and the silver, they're £10 a pack, and you get 5 different sizes in there, and I'm going to show you that just down in the mat just in a sec. And same as all the colors. Now they are £10 each, so if you put 2 in your basket, then you get 30% off the 2. Same with the green, same with the red. So make sure you're adding them by 2 colors at the same time, and you're gonna need 2 colors anyway. And I'm gonna show you the samples. I'm gonna come and show you the samples. I'm gonna come back here, and we're gonna go down to the mat, and I'm gonna show you the samples just here. So you're gonna need 2 colors to be able to really make it stand out. So we got the traditional gold, gold and green, and I'm showing the red and green to you. What's happening? It's Wednesday morning, it's not even Monday. So you got your green. I added the red beads onto the top of this because for me, red and green is a very, very traditional Christmas color, and I really do love it. So you need to go for 2 colors to get you need to put 2 colors in your basket to get the discount. If you add 3, you only get the discount on 2. So you either have to be 2 or have to be 4. You're going to be able to make loads and loads and loads and loads. Right. In the meantime, Maine, spelled Maine. Thank you for that, Liam. Lucy added the link in for us. Oh, so you're saying I'm already knitting festive bits, but we have got the Steve family birthdays to celebrate this month before we even start to think about decorating the house. Yeah, I don't know when we're gonna decorate the house. I got the bundle last Christmas. We had the green and the gold last Christmas. This time we got all the other colors as well. The silver and gold looks lovely. Lucy is saying, oh yeah, I love the silver and gold as well. Depending on what year, I don't know what year for we gonna be doing this year. I think might do silver this year. We might have a silver tree. We sometimes they have a silver and blue tree. We see when we get the decorations down from the loft. We see. Right. Okay. So we gotta decide. But let me know which color you like the best, and then we gonna go. I'm gonna demo with that one. So we got the copper. I love the copper color. I put red beads on the top, but we could equally put green on there as well. I think that would look really good. Oops, and I'm dropping it all. This is the gunmetal back. I love this one as well. This is silver. We're adding gold beads onto the top. Then we have got gold with silver beads on the top. We have got some difference in between here. I added 8 mils on the top. This one is adding 6 mils on the top. This one again is 8 mils. So you got loads of different things what you can do within your kit to make it like a little bit different, but the method is going to be exactly the same. Like on these ones, you can see I pulled together the top, and I'm trying to need to bring it up so you can see it better. I pulled together the top so they kind of like sit in a circle, and I'm going to show you this one. I didn't pull the top together, so they kind of sit like each one of the top beads are sit on an angle. Now if you had 4 colors, then obviously you could, which one, maybe this one you can see better. Again, these ones are sitting on an angle like the beads are like just sitting on an angle like that. Can you see? So I didn't pull it in. The middle one's in a circle, but I will talk you through that just in a sec. So most people I can see saying silver and gold, so I'm going to demo. I think copper is beautiful, silver and gold, green and red would show better, but I do love silver and gold. Well, we could do gold and we could put red on the top, like, you know, we could make it look different. We don't have to be that, you don't just have to mix these 2 colors. We could mix other colors in there as well. Love the copper and red. Silver and gold. Oak tree is black deck, silver and black, red berry lights and purple tinsel. Oh, lovely. That sounds really good. Love silver and gold. Good morning, Joanne. Silver and gold. I think we are sticking with silver and gold. So I'm gonna start with, shall we do what color? Excuse me. I just feel like my nose is gonna dribble. Good morning, Shirley. Red and gold. Yeah, we could do red and gold as well. So okay, so we're gonna do either silver and gold. What base would you like me to do? Now I only want you to say silver or gold. So which one we're gonna use at the bottom? Are we gonna have a silver and then decorating with different color on the top, or we're gonna have a gold at the bottom and decorating with different color on the top? Do let me know. And while I wait for you to let me know which one do you want me to, and I'm gonna get them out. I'm gonna get those beads out. Which beads do you want me to do? Then for the bottom. So if you have got a question, please put a Q in front of your question so I can very easily identify it and read it out. If you got a tip, please put a T in front of your tip. So again, I can very easily identify it. And if you don't know me, I'm Kitti and I love all arts and crafts, but I'm really passionate about beading, and welcome to our stream. So today we're gonna do these beautiful wreaths, and it looks like most people are wanting to have a silver base. So we're going to use silver as a main color, and then we are going to let's decide down the road that what we're going to put on the top of it, because we could put any color on the top. So I'm just going to move this out. I'm going to get the silver pack out and show it to you. You get a lot, and I already used this one, but still you get a lot in your pack. So I think as I counted it up yesterday, there's the main bead is the 10mm bead, what you really need to count of. Everything else you have got plenty in your everything else you have got a bit, you got plenty in your kit. So I think there's 80 odd beads in there for your 10mm, which is the largest one. Then you got your 8mm, you got your 6mm, you got 4mm, and you got 3mm. Now you could do all sorts of other decorations with this one. And actually on Sundays I do a creation station, and for the month of November and December we're gonna be doing a lot of Christmas makes. And what these bundles are, we're gonna be using these as well, because I have got a few ideas what else can we do with them. Right, okay, so I'm going to take out what I'm going to need to start with. Now, oops, the beads are just coming out. I'm going to need my 10mm beads, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. I need 10 of those. That's going right into the middle. I'm not going to count these out now. Because the way how the pattern is, and I'm going to show you this from the back side, you could really like use the beads what you got. So I've got a 6mm here in the middle, and it's going to make sense once we start, and I'm going to show you how to do the looping. But you could replace this with 4mm as well if you run out of 6mm. At here we got 8mm, but equally you could add on 3 6mm or 4 4mm. You know, there is something what you can do and replace. Just do the math. So 2 8mm adds up to 16mm, so you can replace that with 4 4mm. Right, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I threaded my needle. I'm gonna leave my bobbin on, because if I need more thread later on, I can come back and I can take more thread off my bobbin. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick up all 10 of my 10mm acrylic beads. Now these beads, as you can see, have got quite large holes, so we will be able to go through again and again and again. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more to form our thread paths. So I'm gonna go pick up all 10 of them, and because they got such large holes, I'm not even worried about, you know, if I knot it together, that my knot is gonna seep into any of the beads, because the holes are so big. No, there's the 10th. I just seen a rogue bead and I'm thinking, have I picked up 9 or have I picked up 10? There we go. Oh, Michelle is from Pennsylvania, USA. We're very welcome to our stream here. Oh, Pamela's saying nails are beautiful. Oh, they're really growing down. I really need to have them done. But I just got a bit bored with having like sort of a French white tip ends, and I just wanted a color. I did choose a purple color. But Christopher was with me and he said like, no, I need this color. So he actually chose the color for my nails when we went last week, because it was half term for him. Good morning, chef. There we go. Lucy say, I got all my Christmas creation station bits coming today. I'm excited. Woohoo! We're going to be starting on that Monday. I love, love, love Christmas makes. Right, we're going to go through all of these 10 beads once more, just so we have got a nice and secure base. Let me just wrap that around my finger so it's not moving. There we go. Oh, hi Kay. She's from WIY in USA. I hope I said that right. I panic every single time when I see a name but I don't know. Like, I panic how I need to say it. And I suppose it comes from because English is my second language, and like, you know, I can say things very, very funny. And I think you all heard the story about Eyelashberry. when I was around and I found Simon and I said I was like Eyelashberry, and I was like, there is no place in the UK called Eyelashberry, and obviously it was Iceberry, but when you read it on the sign it looked like Eyelashberry. Right, okay, so I went all around again. I'm just going to knot my tail end and my working thread together, just a left over right, right over left knot, and I'm going to pull this up nice and tight. Now Mina was asking, like, her wreath is a little bit floppy, so what you need to do, Mina, then you need to go around and round following any thread path you had before, so that will tighten up your wreath. That's what you need to do, and make sure you're using a Superlon D and not a Superlon AA, because that can the double is just a little bit thinner. Now I'm gonna go through a next bead or two just to be away from my tail, and then we're gonna pick up the following patterns. So I'm gonna pick up 1 6 mil. I'm gonna pick up, and actually let's move these 8 mils to this side as well. I'm gonna pick up 1 6 mil. I'm gonna pick up 2 8 mils. Now instead of a 6 mil, you could be picking up 4 mil. That works as well. And I'm just going to take it down here. So I'm coming out of this bead here. My thread is exiting at the top. So I'm going to jump back over this bead. I'm going to come through this bead one more time, but I'm going to come from the other side. And then at the same time, I'm going to go through the bead right in front of me, in front of that one. So when I pull this tight, the beads I just added is going to hug that bead. Now we're going to move along and we're going to add beads on the top of this bead here. So I'm going to go and pick up 1 6 mil, and I'm going to pick up 2 8 mils. And what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to borrow the 6 mil from the previous loop. So I'm going to go down on this 6 mil towards the inner of my circle, and I'm going to turn my needle and go along 1 2 10 mils, just like that. And I'm going to pull this nice and tight. So I added my second loop, and I'm going to repeat this all the way around. So 1 6 mil, 2 8 mils. I'm going to take this all the way down, and then I'm going to go borrow the 6 mil from the loop before, and then turn and go through the 2 10 mils. I quite like it at this point because you can go through more than one bead at a time, but as you're building your wreath and you're going to be adding more and more beads to it, you won't be able to kind of like bend your needle around, and you're going to have to go through bead by bead. Good morning, Esha. She's saying a little late. Don't worry, we just started. Oh, Wisconsin, Kay is saying. Is that East Coast or is that West Coast, or is that in the middle, Kay? Let us know, like, whereabouts it. I'm sorry, I'm rubbish with geography. Like, I don't know my places. I know where I am in the world. I suppose that's what. But then, like, you know, the funny things with names, like you have got names, like you have got names in the USA and you got names in the UK as well, and we got California in the UK, we got like so many places here in the UK as well, what you have in the USA. And there we go. So I'm just going around. Each time I'm picking up a 6 mil and 2 8 mils. Morning, Debbie. Ruth is saying, yippee. Sorry, I'm late. No, not a problem, lovely. We just started. So I'm gonna add one more of 1 6 mil and 2 8 mils, and then we are kind of like back around to our beginning. We're just looping around these 10 mils. So this time I'm gonna go down on this 6 mil. I'm gonna go along 1 10 mil and the next 10 mil and pull this up, and I'm just gonna pop this down on my mat for a second so you can see. So now we don't need to pick up a 6 mil because we already have the 6 mil in place just here. So we're gonna go up through this 6 mil, and then we're gonna pick up 2 8 mils, and we're gonna come down the 6 mil on the previous loop we just added and into the 10 mil. And with this we have completed our little, the base of the wreath. Now what I like to do at this point, I'm gonna go out to the side and I'm just gonna run around the outer the outer beads. So I'm just going to sew these 8 mils together, all of them, just going to run around just to create a thread puff. I'm not going to pull this too tight, but I just want to sew them together, and we're going to add some extra beads on here next, but I just want to sew these together so I get a nicer and tighter finish. Misha is saying put green on top. Yeah, that would look like silver and green. That would look good as well. Morning, Debbie. Ashley is saying, oh, I'm trying to be so good, but I will have to get these. They are so beautiful. Yes, and the best thing about them, because they are acrylic, they are virtually, there is no weight to them at all. So if we made these wreaths, and these are like, they're quite big. I had my ruler here, so I'm just gonna pop my ruler under, so you can see they're like just over 2 inches in size, just the wreath part. And obviously if you count the little loop even bigger, and in centimeter that's like 6 centimeters, so they're quite big. So if you made these from glass beads, like glass pearls, they would be really heavy, and they could be pulling, especially depending on what kind of tree have you got, but they would definitely be a weight on the tree. We got this little fake tree, and we had it for, I don't know, before Lucy was born, so at least 15-16 years, and you can't put anything heavy on it on our one at all. Right, so I'm going all the way around. So I don't want to pull it too tight, because can you see what happens when I pull it too tight? It is puckering. So I just want to have the thread path there, and I'm not pulling it too tight, just to make sure it's nice and flat. Put it down on your mat, just tap it on from the top, and then it will just even out. And you will see the thread paths in some places, but that's not a problem because we're going to cover up with more beads. So now we got 2 options. What are we going to put on the top? And silver and red would be gorgeous. Francis saying silver and red, Camille is saying. So I think I'm gonna go with red, because red is really gonna show up on the top. If you put the gold, gold would show up as well, but I think we would see the red better. So I'm gonna go and grab some red beads. Now I'm gonna need some 6mm red beads. I'm also gonna need some 3mm red beads, and we're gonna need 4mm silver ones as well, so and 3mm silver. So in fact we are using all sizes in the wreath. So we're using 3 mils, 4 mils, 6 mils, and 8 mils and 10 mils on each one of the wreaths. Right, I'm just gonna pop these silver ones away, what I don't need, because you know me, I'm gonna get more and more beads out onto my mat and everything is just gonna be mixed up. So I need 4mm silver. I'm gonna put a few of those out. Now sometimes, and let me just find one, sometimes you might get, and I can't see one right now, but sometimes you might get 2 beads which are stuck together, and just with a pair of red, I'm gonna have to find one for you, maybe in the red one we will do. So a silver I didn't, oh yes, I got one. So sometimes you're gonna find a bead which there are 2 beads stuck together. Now don't worry about this too much, just get your round nose pliers, and I'm just looking for mine. I have moved my pliers around as well, but there is one. There we go. So we're just hiding underneath another one. Just get your round nose pliers, hold it in between the beads, and just press down, and that will separate your beads up. Is there another one in this pile? Yeah, I could find another one. So I'm just holding it with my pliers and just very gently pushing it down on them. It's just the plating, when they were plating the beads red, that they're kind of like stuck together a little bit, so you can very easily separate them up if you find any which beads are stuck together. So do not worry about that. And we need 3mm red as well. Okay, so as I'm on the outside, I'm going to add the decoration in here in the middle first. So I'm going to go through the next 8 mil here, and I'm going to come down, and I'm going to weave my thread up. I like to go from inner to out, so I'm going to go around right into the middle, and then I'm going out towards my 6 mil, and I'm just going to stop here. I'm going to pick up 1 silver 4 mil, 1 red 6mm and another silver 4mm, so 4 6 4. And as I'm coming out of this 6mm here, I'm gonna go over one segment and I'm gonna come through this 6mm. So I'm going from inner to outer circle, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. So somewhat our beads are slightly gonna sit diagonal on the top, and then I'm gonna repeat this again. Now I could add red on either side if I wanted to, and it would be more the whole design would be more red on the top. It's really up to you how you know, you could make this one color and the other ones a different color, are really up to you. And I'm just going to repeat each time. I'm picking up the same thing, 4mm 6mm 4mm, and I'm moving along one segment on my wreath here. There we go. Going through that one. Make sure your thread doesn't get caught on a previous loop. Pull this up nice and tight. Camille is saying coffee. What did I say, Camille? There's not much left in the cup, Camille, so I'm gonna have to, oh, what's the word? I'm gonna have to be stingy with my coffee. That, like, I have to savor it, take little slips for the rest of the life. Rest of the live, and I'm tongue-tied already. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add these beads, but you know me. There we go. Very quickly going to run around. Now you could, just as a suggestion, there is so many different things you could do with these wreaths. And as obviously Christmas is coming up, you can make them as presents. If you are making cards, I love doing wreath designs like this, because what you could actually do, you could just have a plain card with a front door on it. So you could just make a front door of like, you know, any front door, and that would be the front of your card. And then you could attach this wreath on the front door, or like, or you know, a mantelpiece or anything you want the picture of on the front of your card. And I just kind of like the front door idea, and attach the wreath onto the front of the door on your card, and then the person who receives it, they can take the wreath off and keep it forever. So like with Christmas cards, like we always get loads each year, and then, like, you know, as January comes, it all goes into the recycling. But if you make something like this for the front of your cards, they will keep that for year after and year after and year after that. And it's quite a quick make as well. So I'm just coming through the last one. So I completed and I added my pattern all the way around. Now next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back out to the outer row, and I'm going to add my little 3mm beads. So I'm just going to go through, as I'm coming through the 6mm, go through the 8mm on the outer side, and then I'm going to pick up a 3mm and go through the next bead. I'm going to pick up another 3mm and go to the next bead, and that's what I'm going to be doing all the way around. And I'm just filling the little gaps. Then, as you can see, those little thread paths we had just disappearing. This 3mm is just going to go over them, and every single bead I'm going through, I'm adding a 3mm bead in between all the way around, just adding that little pop of color on the outer side of your wreath. I always keep my handmade cards, Angela is saying. I love handmade cards as well, because with handmade cards, it's not like it's the time what you put in making the card what's so amazing. And I think, like us, you know, it just always feels a little bit more special, because you know that person maybe spent, I don't know, half an hour, might spend a whole morning making that card for you. And I think they're just really, I've kept quite a few cards as well. I still got all the new baby cards for both of my children. I put them away, both for Christopher and Lucy, in a little box. I've got some Christmas cards, got some wedding cards still, and like, you know. sentimental things. They're so nice, and I like every single time when we move or we tidy up or we move cupboards or something like that, you get it out and you look at them, and it's just a really nice feeling. Right, I'm almost all the way around. I'm adding these 3mm little acrylic beads onto my wreath. Just as I'm going through every single 8mm there, I'm adding a 3mm bead in. Now this 3mm bead can jump to the other side, but you just want to pull it to the front. You don't want it to end up on the other side as you're going around. Lucy's saying, I've been doing crystal art Christmas cards. Oh, bless her. I bet they look really good. There we go. And going around. Could be a picture from child's photo, Pamela's saying. Teresa's saying, I will have to try to do some tiny ones for my beaded Christmas tree I'm working on. Oh, interesting. You need to make 2 cups, but one in a flask. Means you could watch you longer. Oh, bless you. Absolutely. Right, I'm all the way around. So all is left to do is for us to add like a little loop on the top. Now I'm not going to add a red loop. I want to add a silver loop. So I'm going to just quickly move these beads out of the way. And I'm going to get some 3mm silver ones out. And that's what we're going to add on the top there for the loop. Now again, loops you can make smaller or you can make it bigger. It's really up to you what size do you want to do. I quite like to do a Christmas time and every Christmas, and last year I had angels in the, was it angels last year? Or was it the year before? I don't know. Last year doesn't count because it's been and gone very quickly. But I had the little angels on that, so in the kitchen, on the knobs on my cabinets, I always have some sort of decoration because I think it just looks really nice. On each one of the cabinet on the knob, I can just sort of put something Christmassy on, and because it's consistent throughout the whole kitchen, it looks really, really good. So maybe perhaps this year I'm going to do these wreaths. So you need to think about when you're making your loop, how big you're going to make this loop. Have I made, I think this one might be a little bit bigger. So just think about where you want to add it to and how big that loop have to be. So it goes over like the knob on your kitchen or a kitchen door or kitchen cabinets, or like it just going onto the tree, or you know, just if you just want to hang it in the window, then you might not even want to have a loop on the top as well, or maybe just a very tiny loop what you can go through with some invisible thread and you can hang it into the window. So just think about it like how you're going to display this, and then you have your sort of desired outcome. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to go around until you come out one of the 3 mils, which is not towards the inside of your outer loop, but sort of towards on the outside. So sitting in between the 2 8mm, but further out. So, and you're going to go ahead and pick up as many 3 mils as how big you want to make your loop. So I'm going to pick up maybe, I don't know, I'm just going to go along and pick them up maybe at 25-ish, I would say. 10, and then we see how we go. Slide them all down. I'm trying to pick them up quickly, but when you want to pick them up quickly, it never really happens, does it? Especially when you're live on air. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 20. Let's have a look how 20 looks like. So I've taken 20 down. Yeah, I want just a few more, maybe another 10. Just to make it sort of a loop which is maybe 1.5 inches in size. If you got any questions, please put a Q in front of your questions so I can very easily identify it and read it out. Adaya is saying, Danny's got a tip for us. She's saying we could use 3mm in beading if we need a full silver. Yes, I'm using the 3mm silver ones for this one. But you could add like the red one if you wanted at the top. I'm using the silver because I kind of like think the loop is kind of more of the background color, needs to be background color, and the decoration color needs to be just on the decoration on the top of the wreath. Oh, Angela is saying if you get a passport photo, you could add it to the middle and it would make some lovely tree decoration. Ooh, absolutely. And I haven't even told you the best bit. Because the wreath, because of the holes on these beads are really large, what you can do, once you finished one side, you could turn it over and you can repeat adding that middle decoration on the other side, and then that will make your wreath double-sided. And if you did wanted to add we'd have to work out how we can secure the photo in the middle, but I'm sure we could work it out, and I think that would look really good as well. It would like one of your loved ones would be looking at from the middle of the wreath. Right, okay, so I got about 30 beads on there, and then as I'm exiting out on the top side of this little 3mm bead, I'm just gonna come from the bottom, and then I'm gonna come through that bead again, and I'm gonna go around the whole of the wreath one more time, just to have a nice and tighter tension, and then I'm gonna go into the loop again and come through a bit more. Just keep going around. So I still got about a feet worth of thread left, so I'm not just gonna cut it off. I'm gonna go around and round and round. The more you go around, the more stiffer your wreath is going to be, because at the moment I can't, it's still, can you see, like it's still quite malleable, is that the word? I think so. If you want to tighten it up, just keep going around. Also, if you do want to, what the other thing you could use, if your I love thread because it comes in all sorts of different colors, but if you use, I think we call it invisible thread on the website, it's a monofilament, which is more, it's like fishing line, which then gives you a more kind of like rigid look with that one as well. So you could try that one as well. Now if you get that one, there is a 0.25 and there's a 0.5 millimeter there. Either one of those would do. Get a big eye needle, because then you can get around your wreaths quite easily with a big eye needle with that one. So you're not just trying to poke through the ends, but with a big eye needle you can just whiz around with it. There we go. Let's just get those out of the shot. So I'm going almost all the way around. I'm going to go into the loop itself one more time, and then there we go, into the loop, into the bead. I'm going to go around the loop, and then I'm going to go around my wreath. Might not, if you don't get around all the way around, then you can always stop, do a couple of 1 thread knots, and then just take your end through a few more beads and trim. Oh, Lucy's saying, wow, I just got my TV parcel. I ordered the 5 kilo sleeve box, not had a proper look yet, but gosh, you get a lot. Absolutely. They were making those, was it last week or the week before? There is a lot in there. Amina is saying, you just got my order through. I just heard the front door, I wanted to say cat flap. It's not the cat flap. I don't know what's wrong with me this morning. The postman just put, not to the cat flap, to the post box. What is it called, Leanne? Put letters through the post box and just like flop to the floor, like fall onto the floor. Not the cat flap, but never mind. I think mine is something stronger than a coffee this morning. You never know. Right, I'm going through those beads. So see, because I've been through a second time, the loop just become a little bit straighter. I just think it looks like a wreath from very expensive shop. I think it's just because you are, you're making something, and it is, yes, it does perhaps looks more expensive what it is, but I think these acrylic beads are really, really good quality, and they're just, you know, beautiful to work with. I love all the different colors what we have, because even with the gunmetal, like it, you know, Christmas doesn't have to be red or green or, you know, silver or gold. It could be any color you want to. I personally quite fancy those. I'm going to do a few of these copper ones because on the top in my kitchen had got like coppery color flakes in it, so that I think that would look really nice, really nice. But I'm gonna sit and make a few. Right, okay, so as you're going around, when you think like, oh well, I'm running out of thread, I still got a bit of thread, so I still could go around a little longer, but I'm not going to. You got two options. You could either do a couple of 1 thread knots, and I'm just gonna go between these beads or under this 3mm bead. I haven't gone through any bead, I just stitched underneath it. What I want to do, I want to catch the thread path. So as I'm pulling my thread through, you can see this loop is forming, and before this loop disappears, I'm gonna go through this loop, and when I pull this nice and tight, there is a little knot gonna form on the top of my thread there. Now your second option is to weave your thread where your tail is. So I'm gonna go through and weave my thread in to where my tail is. So if I come down through this 6mm and I go along this 10mm in the middle, I'm gonna be right side by side where my tail is, and again, once again, I can just knot them together. So I'm securing my working thread and my tail end, just a left over right, right over left, and there we go. And then I'm just gonna take my thread through the next two 10mm. There we go, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim this. And before I cut my tail end off, although this is double knotted, I'm gonna add the needle on the top of it and take it through just a couple of beads. And you never want to cut your thread right next to the knot, because then the knot can come undone. So you always want to, after you knotted your threads together, this needle has been used, it's very, very bent. And what happens with needles, once you use them quite a few times, the eye of them starts to sort of collapse on itself. So it makes it harder to thread it. I need to get a few new needles out, I think. Let's try another one. There we go, this one will be. And also I need to cut the end of my thread in an angle, so I got a pointy end to my thread, and there we go. Nope. The thread says nope. Let's try again. There we go. So I'm bringing the needle to the thread and not the thread to the needle. I don't know what's going on this morning. There we go. Come on, thread. Come on, thread. Don't show me up now. Anyway, you get the gist. You just need to thread your needle, take it through in a couple of beads. There we go. And then we can cut this end of this tail end off as well. There we go. Just pulling it right through, and then voila, our little wreath is ready. I really do love it. You could make all sorts of different color variations if you go for more than one bundle. Don't forget, you need to add either 2, 4, 6 into your basket to get the 30%, not 25, 30% discount on things. And If you had 3, you only get the discount on 2 packs. So you either have to be 2, 4, or 6 packs, or you want to add. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to bring all the other colorways back into shot. So this is, we done silver and red here. There is silver and gold. This, you mix the colors however you want to mix it. There is 6 different colors on the website. There is copper with red. There is gunmetal, black with silver. I really do love this color as well. Then we got red with green, but again, I could have added the copper on the top, I could have added silver on the top or gold on the top. We got green with red. Again, we could have added any other color on the top, and we got gold at the bottom and silver on the top. Now, don't forget, you can, it comes with a pattern, so it comes with a PDF. You can follow it through, but you all can always change the colors about. So some of them, oh yes, this one on the back, if I show you, can you see we got a 4mm bead underneath the underneath the 8mm outside, and this one has got a 6mm bead, so you can slightly change all the sizes in your what you are doing. If you're the outer ones, if you're running out of 8mm in your kit, but you still got loads of 6mm, then change it up. So add like 2 6mm and maybe a 4mm in the middle. Like, you can do so many different things. I added 8mm on the top here, I added 6mm on the top here. Equally, you could add all sorts of different, there's so much you can do. You just play with it. Start with, like, I started 10 in the middle. You might want to start with 8 in the middle, or start with 12 beads in the middle. Really, really easy. There should be a colorway hint of blue. We haven't got these ones in blue, unfortunately, but maybe next year we will get some other colors in as well in the acrylic beads. Silver and blue, nice. Yeah, maybe next year. I'll tell Simon to look out for it. Oh, John is saying all those colors beautiful. I'm gonna struggle to choose if I get one of each then. If you're like me, I want them, all of them. I always say needle to the thread as opposed to thread to the needle. Glad to know it's not just me. Yeah, sometimes like threading, and I definitely need to go and get my eyes checked. I haven't had my eyes checked for like 5 years, and some of those size 15s do look much smaller what they looked perhaps 10 years ago. And purple, yeah, that purple would be nice as well. Right, my lovelies, thank you so much for watching today. I'll be back on Friday, as Natalie is having a few days away and just sort of a few days holiday relaxing. And back on Sunday, we're going to be doing Christmas on Kitti Robinson Designs, which is my channel on YouTube. We always do a couple of hours every Sunday night at 7 p.m. and we're going to be doing all sorts of different ones. I really wanted to use these beads, and I want to make like a galard, but I want to do like a little bit of stitching, like a little bit of decoration in between it, and we got crystals and other bits of pieces to add to it as well. So we're gonna be playing a lot with some Christmas beads, and so do check that one out. That's called Creation Station. So if you go on Total Beads, check that one out as well. Perhaps you want to add 1 or 2 bits in your baskets, and then we will be using all sorts of different bits to do like home decor with Christmas bits, and to do all sorts of different things. Question, are the beads the right sizes to make the Christmas trees? So would make lighter trees for hanging on a tree? It would make a tree, but it would make a smaller tree, Lorna, because like the Christmas tree what Lorna is talking about is the glass pro one we made. But that one has got 12mm at the bottom, and this one starts with 10. So you can make the tree, but it's not going to be like 4 inches. It's going to be like 3 inches. It's going to be slightly a little bit smaller, but you can make with it. Right, thank you everybody. Have a beautiful few days. I'll see you on Friday back here, and I see you on Sunday on mine. Everybody keep on beading, keep on crafting, and I see you very, very soon.